Well, now I'm going to talk to you guys about grilling and picnic tips. A little bit overdue. I know that we've had the 4th of July already and probably have some Memorial Day picnics and parties, but probably still have a lot of events coming up. So just wanted to give you some tips and ideas. So when it comes to, do you guys ever get confused when you're at the grocery store and you're looking for meat of what would be like a lean piece of meat? Is that ever confusing to you guys? Maybe a little bit? Not, maybe you don't care. But basically, some terms to look for like the lean cuts of meat would be your eye of the round steak. You may see that. The top round steak, that's a lean piece of meat. The bottom round roast, the top sirloin steak, or the round tip roast. And then when it comes to buying your ground beef, your ground turkey, try to aim for getting something anywhere above 90%. So like 93.7, 95.5, even 90.10 would be better than 80.20. I know you spend maybe $1 more or so when you get those types of ground meats. But, think about it. When you buy the 80/20, it's a little bit cheaper, but you're throwing away 20% of that meat for the most part. You discard it. Where if you get the 95.5, you're getting more of a meat product and less of that oil that you have to throw out. So it really is worth a little bit more of your money, and it's healthier. It has lower amount of fat, and it's lower in calories. Some other options, which are a little bit higher in fat and calories, but they have more flavor, would be your flank steak, and tri-tip roasts. And then boneless, skinless chicken breasts, turkey breasts, those are all great options as well. And then I passed out to you guys a handout going over the different pieces of meat and the amount of fat. I know it's kind of hard to see the first page. If you skip in your handout here to 2 pages over, it lists the different cuts of beef and the calories. So if you look on here, which one do you see that has the least amount of calories on this page here? Which one? The eye round roast and steak, it has 144 calories. That's a 3-ounce portion. You could even go a little bit lower than that for 139. The bottom round roast and steak has 139 calories. And look at the lean ground beef. 95% has 139 calories for a 3-ounce portion. Not too bad. And just to show you what a 3-ounce portion looks like, about this size. 3 ounces, which is a standard portion of meat, is about the size of the palm of your hand or a deck of cards. Okay? The ones that are a little bit higher, which ones do you see there? That's higher. Maybe some people's favorite, like the T-bone. That one's a little bit higher. Still not too bad, 172 calories. Flank steak, like we talked about, having a little bit more fat and calories. That one has 158 for a 3-ounce portion. Okay. If you go to the next page, there's retail beef cuts. I know some of these are a little bit dark, but it shows you the different areas where the meat comes from on the animal. So look at the loin. Where is that? Why do you think the loin is a lean area on the animal? And the shank, that's going to be a little bit leaner. Basically, what I want you to think about, basically where the animal moves, try to think of that being like the leaner portions of meat. So the ribs, is the animal moving their ribs? No. So that's going to have a little bit more fat, more calories, so it's not moving it. Where their legs, which is like the shank right here, they're moving those a lot. So they're going to be lean. The loin, up in the back portion, they're moving that a lot. Okay, so that's why that's going to be leaner. So try to think about that. The round, especially especially more for like a pig. If you flip the page, there's the pig. Right there in the middle, that's where the bacon comes from. So, and then look at the back, like pork loin, pork chop. That's from the loin, because that's the top portion of the pig's back, where he's moving that more often. Does that make sense?
It's not that with chicken though, right?
What's that?
It wouldn't be the same with chicken, would it? Is it breast, is it leg better than breast?
Sometimes. I mean, they're moving the leg a lot.
I just thought they were, it was more.
They're very similar. Some of the leg has some of that dark meat on it. So if you can choose the white meat, that's going to be a little bit lower in calories than the dark meat. The dark meat has more moisture, more flavor, a little bit more fat. But the leg is pretty lean. Yeah. The breast is very lean too. Because they're moving that, they're moving that a lot. Same thing with their legs. I like this page here. This page. It shows you, like, look at ribeye in Delmonico. If you ever go to a restaurant, those are going to be a real pricey pieces of meat. And they're good. They're very tender, very flavorful. But they're from the portion of the ribs, so that's going to have a lot of fat, a lot of calories. Plain steak down here at the bottom. It's not the leanest, but it's, not too bad. The brisket, stew, any pieces of meat that's part of the leg, so that would be leaner. Okay?
I always looked at things that had more marbling.
Right, that was, yeah. The more marbling, the more fat it's going to be, because when you cook that marbling adds that tenderness, that juiciness, and that leaches into the meat. And so basically when you're buying a piece of that steak, that meat, think less marbling, leaner. Yeah, that's good. And I also have on here lamb, for those of you who enjoy lamb. Like the leg of the lamb, that would be lean. Sirloin chop. And then the loin, like loin chop, tenderloin. Do you guys like lamb? No? And then the ribs, the rib chop, we know that the ribs, those are kind of meaty. So that would be one that would have more calories and fat. And then too, when you buy some of the leaner cuts of meat, sometimes they lose a little bit of flavor. So you want to really, marinate them, use a rub. I'm going to pass out a sample here. This is from the American Spice Company. It's called Carne Asada Rub. I'm not sure if this has sodium in it. It doesn't say on the label because it was passed down to us. There's a website so you can look it up online. Do you guys use any marinades or rubs? Do you have any good recipes? No? Even just like light Italian dressing. That's a good marinade because it's acidic, has a lot of flavors. Vinegars, Worcestershire sauce has a little bit more sodium, but that's a good marinade as well. And then do you know what, like whenever you see the words prime, choice, select, have you ever noticed those when you're buying a piece of meat? The prime means it has the most marbling. So the most marbling, we know it's going to have more of the fat. Choice has less marbling, and then select has the least amount. So prime, choice, select. When it comes to burgers, instead of buying your 80-20, again, try to choose that lean ground beef or even ground turkey meat. Have you guys made ground turkey burgers at home? Just be careful when you go out to eat at restaurants. Sometimes they have ground turkey burgers. Like the one at Ruby Tuesday, I think is just very similar, if not maybe 50 calories or so less than the regular hamburger, calorie-wise. but they're advertising it as a turkey burger and you think you're getting a good choice, but it really isn't. So be careful with that. What you can add to your burger instead of adding a lot of eggs and a lot of extra calories, you could use egg whites. That's going to save you some calories. Oatmeal. That's something you can add to bulk it up, to add some fiber. Some people use tomato, so you could take like canned tomatoes and add that to it. Or an avocado to give it that creaminess, like a mashed avocado. Or even ground cherry or prune pulp. I know that kind of sounds kind of weird, but that really does add a lot of moisture, and then you're getting in some of those fruits and vegetables. And then some things to put on top of it when you're done making it: chili, onions, garlic, pepper, rosemary. Those are all good seasonings. And then instead of your typical white, your white bun, use a whole grain bun, whole wheat bun, and that's going to help you get more of that fiber. And then, when you're grilling, I think we talked a little bit about grilling vegetables. Some other things you can grill: eggplant, peppers, onions, portobello mushrooms. We talked about pineapples, zucchini, beets, endive. Those are all things you can kind of be creative on your grill. What else? And then just be careful with your toppings, going back to that. Cheese, bacon, mayonnaise, I know all the good stuff. Fried onions, it can double your calories on a burger. So instead, use fresh vegetables, crispy lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, those types of things. And then instead of adding mayonnaise, add mustard. That's going to save you around 100 calories if you just do that one swap. Jalapenos, avocados, that will kind of give you that creaminess of that mayonnaise. You could use that instead of the mayonnaise. For cheese, sharp cheddar and aged Parmesan. They are very rich in flavor, so a little bit goes a long way. And so you could try those cheeses on your burger, so you don't have to use as much. And then if you just replace Canadian bacon with bacon, that's going to save you around 100 calories. Canadian bacon is very lean, where about basically 2 slices of bacon or 3 slices of turkey bacon is around 100 calories. Where Canadian bacon for 1 ounce is about 45 calories. So
What about turkey bacon?
turkey bacon, 3 slices is around 100 calories. So it's still pretty high in fat and calories. A little bit better than regular bacon, but Canadian would be the way to go.
So is a slice of bacon a ounce?
A slice of bacon would be or 2 pieces of bacon would be 1 ounce
Okay, so you said 3 slices of bacon is about 200?
for turkey bacon.
And then
Regular bacon is about 2 slices is around 100 calories, and those are about 1 ounce each. Yeah, so you get a little bit more with the turkey bacon, 3 slices as opposed to 2. And it depends on the brand. That's just kind of average. Some other toppings you can put on your burger: caramelized onions, if you kind of want something warm. Mushrooms, you could cook some spinach, saute it in some olive oil, some butter, and that would give it some flavor. Okay? That's it. And there's lots of recipes. And so basically, the handout I gave you guys before, there's a veggie burger recipe. Have you guys ever tried making your own veggie burgers? Basically what's in here is just carrots, garlic, squash, zucchini, oats, cheese, a little bit of flour, and soy sauce. Pretty easy. So you could try that as opposed to your regular burger. It's only 193 calories. Not too bad. There's a marinade in here, like a pineapple marinade. There's a portobello mushroom burger. That has a little bit more calories, 375. But if you eliminated that mayonnaise, that would definitely have to bring it back down. And then there's a turkey burger. recipe in here, if you've never made that before. And the grilled zucchini pizza. Okay. It. So hopefully you have some ideas. Oh, one thing I did want to share with you guys. Have you ever seen these Eat This, Not That book? They have something in here about, I lost my postage. And Eat This, Not That for the 4th of July. So basically you could use that for any barbecue. They have for a not that, just a regular cheeseburger, averaging around 630 calories, with a peach, which is 68, corn on the cob, which is 180, veggies and ranch dip, which is 160 calories, and potato salad, 180. And instead of all of that, they suggest having a filet mignon, 6 ounces, is only 260 calories. Or you could, choose a piece of that sirloin, those ones we just reviewed. And then for your sides, they suggest instead having coleslaw for 150 calories, tortilla chips with guacamole for 140, baked beans without bacon for 150 calories, and watermelon for 46. And for the ballpark, anybody going to Tin Cats games at all this summer? For the not that, they show nachos for 692 calories. And then large soft pretzel with cheese, 570. Soda, 155 calories. Ice cream, just soft serve ice cream, 380. And then Eat This instead, they have ice cream sandwich for just 190. Just a hot dog, instead of the nachos. The hot dog with relish, ketchup, and mustard, 280 calories. Cracker Jacks for 420, which is pretty high in calories, but a lot lower than the nachos or the pretzel. And then beer, just a cup of beer, 139 calories. You can even get light beer and save yourself some extra calories. So these are fun reads if you're looking for something fun. They have lots of different supermarket swaps and restaurant Eat This, Not That things. Kind of fun. All right. Questions for me? You guys are quiet.
What kind of rub is this on?
It's a rub, so you can put it on steak, any meat rub. Yeah, I would suggest maybe going to that website that's on there because they just gave us free samples and finding out how to use it. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you.
Thanks.